Many people believe that success means living a perfect life, one without mistakes, pain, or failure. They dream of smooth roads, clear plans, and easy victories. But life is not a straight road. It bends, it breaks, and sometimes it forces us to stop. And in those broken moments, we often find who we truly are. Today's story will remind you that perfection doesn't make life beautiful. Purpose does. Because when you understand what gives your life meaning, every failure becomes a lesson, not a loss. In the modern city of Horizon lived a young man named Leo. He was 22, quiet and thoughtful. After graduating with a degree in engineering, Leo was supposed to be excited about the future. But he wasn't. Every job he applied for rejected him. Every interview left him feeling smaller. He started to believe that maybe he wasn't good enough for anything. At home, his father, Mr. Allen, a retired mechanic, watched him in silence. One evening, Leo helped a neighbor fix a broken washing machine. It was nothing special, just a small act. But when the machine started working again, Leo smiled for the first time in months. That night, he told his father how happy he felt while fixing things. Alan listened quietly and then said,
"Leo, I have 3 people I want you to meet. They once failed badly, but they found their way again. Go and talk to them. Maybe you'll find your answer too."
The next morning, Leo took his father's old scooter and began his small journey. The first person was Emily, a local wedding photographer. Her studio was small, but it felt alive. Bright walls, soft music, and laughter. When Leo said he was Mr. Allen's son, she smiled warmly.
"I used to be an architect,"
she said.
"but I hated every day of my job. Everyone thought I was successful, but I felt empty. So one day I quit. I didn't know what to do. Then a friend asked me to take photos at her wedding with a borrowed camera. That moment changed my life. I realized I loved capturing emotions more than drawing buildings. That's how I found my real path."
She pointed at a wall filled with smiling faces.
"Every photo here,"
she said,
"came from a broken dream. But sometimes, broken dreams give birth to new ones."
Leo thanked her and left, his mind full of thoughts. Maybe when life breaks your plan, it's helping you build a better one. The second person was Mr. Ravi, the owner of a small cafe famous for its warm bread. He greeted Leo with a friendly smile.
"I used to work in finance,"
he said.
"Big salary, big stress. One day, I burned out completely. While recovering at home, I started baking to calm my mind. The first few loaves were terrible, but the smell of bread made me feel alive again. People laughed when I said I wanted to open a bakery, but I followed my heart. Now, this place feeds not just stomachs, but souls."
Leo looked around. People were laughing, families were talking, the air was full of life. He realized success wasn't always loud or shiny. Sometimes it smelled like warm bread and peace. The third person was Sophia, a young tech entrepreneur who once worked with his father years ago. Her office was small but full of light and ideas. When Leo asked how she found success, she said,
"I failed my first startup. I lost all my money and nearly gave up. But failure taught me something that success never could. It showed me what I truly cared about. I learned that I love building things, not for money, but for meaning. So I started again, this time smaller and smarter. Success is not about never falling. It's about knowing why you stand up again."
Leo nodded quietly. Every person he met had one thing in common. They were once broken, but they didn't stay that way. When he returned home, his father was fixing an old motorbike. Leo watched him for a while before saying softly,
"Dad, I think I know what I want to do."
Alan looked up and smiled.
You finally fixed something important yourself.
From that day on, Leo opened a small repair workshop called Restart Garage. He fixed electronics, bicycles, and old radios. But over time, people didn't just come for repairs. They came to talk, to heal, to feel understood. Leo realized he wasn't just fixing things. He was helping people rebuild their hope. Remember this: you don't have to be perfect to live a meaningful life. You don't need to have all the answers. Sometimes life breaks you, not to destroy you, but to rebuild you stronger, wiser, and truer. If this story touched you, share it with someone who feels lost, because even broken things can shine again when they are repaired with love. If this story inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to The Growth Valley, where powerful stories like this help you grow, one lesson at a time.